What's up, everybody? Back with another video. And I want to make this video a little bit more intimate, like we on the phone or we on Discord and you asking me questions and we just, going back and forth talking to each other. So I want to make this video about your main source of happiness. What is your main source of happiness? Now, I want to go over the things that people result and people label as happiness. Relationships. When your partner is happy, you're happy. If they're not, you're not. So whatever you feel, whatever they feel, you feel, right? Material possessions, chains, grills, cars, the next big house, a bigger condo, a bigger apartment, right? More space, a backyard, a pool, more toys, right? How many chicks that have your attention? People love to brag on that. I got 10 hoes on my roster. I got 20 hoes on my roster while I'm juggling right now. Whole time, you don't even know how to juggle. You just say that you do to act like you got game, act like you a player, act like you Mr. Macho Man, all right? These are the things that people result in label to happiness, right? And if they don't have these things, they feel less than. They feel less confident and they don't feel like enough. So in this video, I really want to pinpoint the areas in which we should be focusing on when it comes to happiness. Now, a lot of the things that these creators talk about on YouTube, they don't talk about the spiritual aspect of these concepts, right? So about discipline, about staying motivated, staying inspired, being in the gym, getting off of jerking off, staying on seam retention, staying on NoFap, writing down new goals, scoring them, attacking them, staying focused, having that laser focus, right? They never address the spiritual concept that it involves and it embodies to get these things. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to dissect all of that. Now, for those of y'all who do not know, I've had a couple people in the comments say that I said religion is not spirituality. No. Spirituality, hear me clearly. Spirituality is not a religion. It is easier when you have a brain, when you have a free thinking mind, right? You have this thing implanted in you that is different, right? It's unique. It is easier to stick to a religion than it is to be spiritual. Because your spirit talks to you, your soul talks to you. It doesn't matter what your God is saying. Allah, God, it doesn't matter what your God is saying because you can always ask for forgiveness. But what your soul says, what your spirit says, what your breath, that's deeper than religion, right? So when it comes to being happy, what does being happy mean, right? We can just break down a word. It means you're making things happen, right? You're happy, you're happening, okay? And that's a spiritual concept because if you're not of use, if you are not in use, then you are what? You're broke. If I cannot use this chapstick, it's broke. I'm going to throw it in the trash. Wouldn't you? So when it comes to staying happy, being happy along your process of not having some of the material possessions that you long for, ask yourself, are you happening every day? Are you making things happen every day? Are you putting one foot in front of the other every day? Are you getting up regardless of how you feel? Rolling out of bed, brushing your teeth, looking somewhat appealing, right? And you making things happen? Because let's just say that you are doing something that you are passionate about, you love, you care about. This is the thing that you hold near and dear to your heart. If anybody talks about this, if anybody criticizes you on what you do, the thing that's closest to your heart, you feel some type of way. You are so connected to this thing that you feel like they're coming for you. But the whole time, they just don't understand that occupation or what you're doing. They don't understand your purpose. And that's okay. It's not for them to get. But your main source of happiness should be you happening every day. Now, for my young fellas out there who are under the age of 20, 18, right? If you're under the age of 18, this is what I need you to answer, right? Answer me this. Do you always second guess your steps? Do you always second guess what you say? Do you always second guess what your heart says and you go against it? Okay, what about a little bit? Because if you are happening every day, if you are showing up every day, if you are evolving, growing, competing with yourself every single day, you're not going to worry about what you did yesterday. You're not going to overthink the process. What is for you will always find you. It's going to find their way to you. You need to understand that on a deeper level. Just because you are a late bloomer does not mean that you can't bloom. Just because you see everybody else having their time, all these other streamers go crazy, you haven't blown up yet because you're comparing your career and your journey to theirs. They've been doing it for 2 years. You've been doing it for, right? You're comparing too much. If you want to start making YouTube videos, you're comparing what your content should look like versus theirs. Whole time, you have so much more to bring to the table. What you care about is not what they care about. They care about just getting likes and comments and people laughing at them instead of laughing with them, enjoying the moment instead of, you see where I'm getting at? Because if you trust yourself, you trust the universe. If you trust the universe, you are trusting to let things happen. And this is what your main source of happiness should be. Because every creator, every red pill creator, they always love to say, just focus on yourself, G. Just stay true to yourself. Well, Mr. Man, what if I don't know myself? What could I do to get to know myself every day? And then they're going to give you some weak knowledge and some weak insight that they don't really know because they're not tapped in spiritually. They're just so, you have to have that powerful combination of logic and emotion. If you are emotionless and you straight logic, dude, you are missing you are missing out on so much in life. Because you're going to let things pass you by instead of you being in the car and passing those things by. You could be going 20 miles per hour, 35, 70. It's on you. You are in control. Being in control of how you show up and how you happen every day. Just think about it, right? I can choose. You can choose. We have a choice on what we wear to show ourselves to people every single day. I could wear a beanie. I could wear a shirt with holes in it. I could wear a smelly shirt that I had in a dryer for 2 weeks. I could wear some dingy sweatpants, some black socks with holes in it, some dirty shoes. I could wear whatever the hell I want to show other people me, this image. But what do I see of me? What do I see of me? How do I value me? Do I value me? These are the questions you need to ask. Am I showing up every day? Am I happening every day? Am I making things happen? They say accidents happen. No, they don't. No, they don't. You need to take that word out of your vocabulary. Accidents don't happen. Incidents happen. It's not an accident, it's an incident. There's no such thing as an accident. So there is no possible way you can just stumble upon a pot of gold. You were walking on that trail for a long period of time. You are used to this trail. You've been doing it for months, years. You are familiar with the park. You are familiar with the area. And one day, you were walking. You chose to go at this time. Cold, no jacket, no beanie, no haircut. Or it was hot. You had sweatpants on. You were too sweaty, and you still decided to walk this trail and you found the pot of gold. Was that by accident? You got to break down how everything happens in your day, because you could have chose to go any other time and somebody else could have been on that trail and picked the pot of gold up. But you did. It found you. And spiritually, you were connected to happen to be there. Are you seeing what I'm talking about right now? If you're picking up what I'm putting down, let me know in the comments. Because this is how we evolve as young men. This is how we grow as young men. Because, one of the biggest takeaways that I've learned, I'm 22, right? I'm 22 years young, about to be 23 in January. Literally a month from today. Having hurt and pain in my heart does me more harm than good. Having resentment and deceit and revenge in my heart, it's an anchor that you carry every single day. And going back to the things that we so happen to love and equate to happiness: relationships, girls, women, sex, being lustful, material possessions, new car, new clothes, designer clothes, earrings, chains and things, rings and watches and bust downs and everything. If you constantly have that on the forefront of your brain, you're losing the depth. You don't have depth because you're so surface level. So how could you get to know somebody only on a surface level? And this is what I used to do. I was always a deep individual, but with chicks that I could only sense were good for this, right? If you know what I mean. I used them for that. I used them for just that. What they wanted to do and what they were good for. I'm not proud of that. I'm not patting myself on the back for that just because I got bitches and I had 20 chicks on the roster at one time messing with the main chick and all their friends and the side chicks. I'm not beating my chest on that because I was hurting so many people's feelings by me telling myself I need to shut my feelings off. So I grew. I grew from that state of mind. Y'all have to realize how beautiful words are. That state of mind. You can move states, right? When I was younger, I used to think that Jamaica or the Bahamas or even Cali, for example, was like so far away from me. And I was in New Orleans. I used to think that was like another country, another atmosphere. You going to Jamaica? You going to Mexico? Mexico is a cheap plane ride. So when you are in a different state of mind and you fly somewhere else, you vacate somewhere else to another state of mind, you grow different cultures. You grow a different language. You grow a different speed, a different tone, a different viewpoint, a wider perspective of life. You see, that state I can move out of at any time I want. So if I got the money, if I got the funds to have fun, then I'm going to move states. So when I was in that state of mind, I thought it was cool. I used to beat my chest on that. Oh, I can get with this chick. I can get with any chick I want. Bro, being 25, 30, and still bragging about the bitches that you slaying, it's corny. It's corny and it's played out. You thinking being emotionless is so cool and the righteous thing to do as a man? No, it's not. No, it is not. Now, do you, right? But the dudes who you are talking to over the internet, they are in pain, just like you. They are hurting inside, hurting. So they go to the gym every day and mask the pain. They buy these different things and flex on Instagram for niggas, not for the bitches, for niggas, to mask the pain. They get the new cars, the new Jerry, to mask the pain. But when you don't need that, who are you? When you don't have those things, who are you? Are you still making things happen? Your source of happiness is only your signature. It's your signature. Your source is your source. However you see it fit, if it is not hurting, chastising, and condemning anybody along the process, yo, if it's elevating you and those around you, yo, stay on that path. It is going to find you. It is going to connect with you. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on yourself. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Not anybody over the internet. Not me, not your favorite creators, not nobody. You need to make shit happen for you. And that's waking up every day with your mind on a mission and your mind on the grind. And then smiling along the way. You know what I mean? So much to be grateful for out here. But yet and still, people remain sad and in pain. I love y'all, man. Take care.